Welcome to the July 2020 edition of Monthly GST Bulletin, where we bring you all the GST updates, information and news that took place during the previous month. This bulletin has 5 segments, and to navigate easily, the time slots, that is the reference points in this video, are mentioned for help. Let's start with our first segment, notification segment. This month was very eventful since many changes have been made by CBIC and therefore 14 important notifications have been issued during June 2020. Let's have a look on each of them one by one. Notification number 57/2020 Central Tax dated 30th June 2020. This notification amends the previous notification number 52/2020 dated 24 June 20, which was also about late fees relaxation in filing of GSTR 3B. While this notification, 2 proviso after the 3rd proviso table in notification number 52 has been inserted, which says that even if the deadlines specified in the previous notification are missed, but if the return for the tax period of Feb 20 to July 20 are filed up to 30th September 2020, then the late fees relaxation which was provided earlier shall still be applicable. It shall be applicable in reduced form. It means that if returns are filed as per deadlines mentioned in notification number 52, then there would be no late fees at all. But then if these deadlines are missed and returns are filed up to 30th September 2020, then reduced late fees of Rs 500 per return shall be charged for returns that have tax liability, and for nil returns there would still be no late fees. Now the revised GSTR 3B late fees table looks something like this. Whether turnover in the preceding year is up to Rs 5 crores or more than 5 crore. Applicable for all the states, whether the state falling in Group A or Group B. If GSTR 3B for the tax period of February 20, March, April, May, June and July 2020 is filed up to 30th September 2020, then the late fee shall be, for nil return there shall be no late fees, and in respect of returns with tax liability, late fees has been kept to Rs 500 per return. Notification number 56/2020. This notification has revised the time limit issued by notification number 46/2020 dated 9th June, where a notice has been issued for rejection of refund claim in full or in part, and where the time limit for issuance of order fall during the period from 20th March 2020 to 30th August 2020. The time limit, which earlier as per section 54 subsection 7 of CGST Act was 60 days. This time limit for issue of such order has now been extended to further 15 days, that is 75 days after the receipt of reply to the notice from the registered person, or 31st August 2020, whichever is later. The next notification is 55/2020 Central Tax, which has revised the time limits specified in earlier notification number 35/2020 Central Tax, which was issued on 3rd April 2020. Any compliances or completion of action to be done which was falling due within 20th March 2020 to 30th August 2020. Such compliances has been extended to 31st August 2020. It includes completion of any pending proceedings, passing of order and issuance of any notice by authority, and also filing of any appeal, reply or rectification required under the Act. However, this extension of compliances under the notification shall not be applicable to these following provisions mentioned in the table. Notification number 54/2020. Through this notification, due date of filing of GSTR 3B for the month of August 2020 has been extended for the taxpayers with turnover up to rupees 5 crores. For Group A states, August 20 GSTR 3B date shall be 1st October 2020, and for Group B states, the date has been extended to 3rd October 2020. These date extensions has been granted only for taxpayers with turnover up to rupees 5 crore. Notification number 53/2020. This notification is regarding extension of GSTR 1 filing dates. There would be no late fees if GSTR 1 for the respective tax periods as mentioned in the tables are filed up to the dates as mentioned in the adjacent column in the table. Notification number 52/2020 is regarding late fees on GSTR 3B. For taxpayers with turnover up to rupees 5 crore, there would be no late fees on filing of GSTR 3B if return for tax periods Feb 20 to July 20 is filed up to the dates which are mentioned in Table 1. These dates are again staggered for Group A states and Group B states. In case of taxpayers with turnover more than 5 crore, there would be no late fees if return is filed up to 24 June 2020 for the tax periods of Feb 20, March 20 and April 20. It is to be remembered that if these timelines are missed, then late fees shall be calculated not from these dates in the table but from the respective original due dates. Notification number 52/2020 also provides for the relaxation in regard to late fees in filing of old outstanding GSTR 3B. Late fees has either been waived or reduced on the basis whether the return is nil or not. For July 17 to January 20, nil returns shall attract no late fees if these 3B returns are furnished between 1st July 2020 to 30th September 2020. And for GSTR 3B returns which have tax liability for the period of July 17 to January 20, late fees shall be rupees 500 per return if these outstanding GSTR 3B are furnished between 1st July 2020 to 30th September 2020. Notification number 51/2020. This notification is regarding the applicability of interest on late deposit of tax which is done through GSTR 3B. In case of taxpayers whose turnover in the preceding year is more than rupees 5 crores, for the month of Feb 20, March 20 and April 20 tax periods, interest rate shall be nil up to 15 days from their actual due date of GSTR 3B. Then the interest rate shall be 9% if these returns are filed up to 24 June 2020, and thereafter normal rate of interest shall be applicable. In respect of those taxpayers whose turnover in the preceding year is up to rupees 5 crore, there would be no interest if GSTR 3B for the months of Feb 20 to July 20 is filed up to the dates which are mentioned in the table. These dates are staggered for Group A states and Group B states. You may take the screenshot of these dates. And after the dates mentioned in the table, 9% rate of interest shall be charged if 3B is filed up to 30th September 2020 for these tax periods. And after 30th September 2020, normal rate of interest shall be charged for these tax periods, that is 18%. Notification number 50/2020. Applicable rates for composition scheme has been revised through this notification. The table in Rule 7 of CGST Rules 2017, which provides these composition scheme tax rates, has been substituted with this new table. For manufacturer of goods, except the goods which are notified by government like ice cream and pan masala, the rate shall be 1% of the turnover. That is 0.5% of SGST and 0.5% of CGST. For food and restaurant services, which are services mentioned in the Schedule 2 Para 6B, the rate shall be 5% of turnover. For other supplies under section 10 subsection 1 and 10 subsection 2 which are not covered above, that is traders, the rate shall be 1% of the turnover. For those who are registered under section 10(2)(a) of composition scheme, which is for suppliers of services and mixed supplies with turnover up to rupees 50 lakhs, the rate shall be 6% of turnover. Notification number 49/2020, through which certain provisions of Finance Act 2020 has been made applicable from 30th June 2020. These provisions are Section 118 of Finance Act 2020, Section 125 of Finance Act 2020, Section 129 of Finance Act 2020 and Section 130 of Finance Act 2030. Notification number 48/2020. The period for allowing companies to file their GSTR 3B via EVC has been extended from 30th June 2020 to 30th September 2020. Therefore, the effective period for companies for filing their GSTR 3B through EVC shall now be 21st April to 30th September 2020. Companies are now also allowed to file GSTR 1 for period from 27th May to 30th September 2020 through EVC. Notification number 47/2020. In case of e-way bill generated up to 24th March 2020 and whose validity expired on or after 28th March 2020, the validity of such e-way bill has been extended further till 30th June 2020. Notification number 45/2020. Through this, transition date of 31st May 2020 specified in earlier notification 10/2020 dated 21st March 20 is replaced by 31st July 2020. Taxpayers whose principal place of business till 26th January was in erstwhile Union Territory of Daman and Diu or in erstwhile Union Territory of Dadar and Nagar Haveli and is now in the merged Union Territory of Daman and Diu and Dadar and Nagar Haveli from 27th January onwards. They are supposed to follow special procedures till 31st May 2020 as per previous notification. Since this date is now replaced, so these special procedures are now to be followed till revised date of 31st July 2020. Notification number 44/2020. Provisions of Rule 67A shall apply from 8th June 2020. It means that from 8th June 2020, nil return of 3B shall be submitted by SMS facility without logging into GST portal. SMS is to be sent to number 14409. Nil return of GSTR 1 via SMS facility has also been allowed from 1st July 2020 via notification number 58/2020. The next segment is GST dates for July 2020. These are the GST dates which you need to mark your July 2020 monthly calendar with. Various GST compliances lined up for the month are mentioned in the table. You can also take a screenshot. It is also to be remembered that the window for filing old pending GSTR 3B returns for period from July 17 to January 20 is open from 1st July 2020 and would be till 30th September 2020. Late fees for 3B returns from July 17 to July 2020 has been reduced to nil for nil returns and rupees 500 per return for returns with tax liability, provided these returns are filed till 30th September 2020. GST clarifications. Recently, there has been a lot of confusion around the levy of GST on directors' remuneration, especially after the recent adverse advance rulings. CBIC has finally put all the doubts to rest with the issuance of clarification regarding GST treatment of directors' remuneration. The gist of the circular is that if remuneration is paid to independent directors who are not employees of company, such remuneration is taxable under GST and payable by the company under reverse charge mechanism. In case of directors who are employees of the company, if remuneration is treated as salary in books and is subjected to TDS under section 192, then there is employer-employee relationship in terms of Schedule 3 of the CGST Act. Hence, no GST shall be levied on it. If remuneration is not received as salary and is subject to TDS under section 194J as fees for professional or technical services, then there is no employer-employee relationship in terms of Schedule 3. Hence, it shall be liable to GST on RCM basis. 48th GST Council meeting also held during the previous month on 12th June via video conferencing. Various important decisions were made during the meeting. Most of them have already been incorporated in this video. You may also refer the video on highlights of 48th GST Council meeting, the link of which is shared in the I button above as well as in the description box. The next segment is news that got views on social media. Recently, a news regarding GST caught the attention of social media. In a recent ruling by the Authority of Advance Ruling in Karnataka, it was stated that paronthas or parathas are not rotis and hence they will attract 18% GST instead of 5%. And this became the object of huge outrage on social media. After the ruling was reported by various media houses, people thought that they will have to pay higher taxes if they consume parathas in their favorite food joint as compared to rotis. This news was highly trolled on Twitter. Even personalities like Anand Mahindra tweeted regarding it. Actually, the case was the authority analyzed and found rotis covered in heading 1905, which covers completely cooked food products, and the item in question was frozen parathas, which was being sold by the company in preserved, branded and sealed packet. So this being not completely cooked food product cannot fall under heading 1905 and hence taxed at 18%. Whether plain rotis or parathas, if served in restaurant, would still attract 5% GST. So the news was not that sensational as communicated by most of the media houses. GST collections. The government finally released the GST collection figures for April, May and June 2020. April 20 collections were rupees 32,294 crores. May 20 collections stood at 62,009 crores. And the June 2020 collections were rupees 90,917 crores. These figures are distantly less than the per month 1 lakh crore GST collection target. The improvement in June 2020 is also likely due to the higher returns filed in month for previous tax periods, whose deadlines government extended during lockdown period. Lockdown, COVID pandemic and business slowdown has demonstrated its impact in this massive fall of collections. We hope that these figures quickly improve and we report with better results next time. So this is all we have in the monthly GST Bulletin July 2020 edition. We'll be back next month with new set of GST monthly updates. And meanwhile, would also be posting tax and other business related updates. Make sure you don't miss them by subscribing to our channel Tax Pyramid, and also make sure you did click the bell icon. You can also visit www.gstsiteindia.com for other tax related updates. Thank you.